Hello, BookTube. As strange as it is to bring this up, especially this week, mid-March of 2020 marks my 4th anniversary on BookTube. 4 years of making videos with you on BookTube. And that's amazing to me. When I started making videos on this platform and looked ahead, the few times that I thought even theoretically that I would still be making videos in 2020, I thought, well, that would be your 4th anniversary. And I kind of assumed, well, won't that be interesting? It'll be a historic year, right? It's the year of an American presidential election, and an enormously contested one. An American presidential election on which a lot of people, rightly or wrongly, think that the course of Western civilization may turn. Certainly the course of this country, the course of this country's history may turn. So looking forward, I knew that it would be a historic time. I didn't picture, no one pictured, I should have pictured, I didn't picture a worldwide pandemic that will mark 2020 in the history books far more indelibly than any presidential campaign or anything like that. So that's a little bit odd, a little bit surreal. But I couldn't let the anniversary go just because of that, especially since I want to thank you. And I don't know any other way to do it than just to make a video that seems like the most typical, the most fitting way is to make a BookTube video about a BookTube channel. I want to thank you all for being part of my life like this, for letting me do this. Some of you have been with this channel from the very beginning, and a lot of you have been with it for a very long time. You have seen me through controversy. You have seen me through the sickness and death of my old dogs. You've seen me through the acquiring of my new dog, my little Bean, who was a tiny little puppy during a Shakespeare video when I didn't even know her name, and lots of other things besides. Well, ups and downs, news of the day, new booktubers, old booktubers dropping away, and through it all, I have just got to know you all better and better. I'm ashamed to say that it took me so long to think to just leave my email on every video, so you don't have to go hunting around for it. So you can just email me about anything at all. And I've through that I've grown to know a whole bunch of you. I've made some genuine, real-world friends. I've had the enormous pleasure of sending out books everywhere to people who maybe don't have access to them or who want a particular thing. It's one of the unexpected sadnesses of this whole pandemic situation is that it's less and less likely that I will do that anytime soon. It requires extraneous. It's an extraneous thing. I love it, but it's not necessary to go out on public transportation and crowd on lines in a crowded post office in order to mail books to people. And so that probably will stop happening. And for all I know, the postal system will start to restrict and shut down, and public transportation as well. Public transportation here in Massachusetts has already, the announcement has already been made that it's going to be severely restricted starting tomorrow. The mailing of books, which is one of my favorite ways to pick up people's spirits, everybody that I know now, whether through BookTube or in real life, and I think this is real life, but everybody that I know needs picking up. Everybody that I know needs their spirits lifted in one way or another. And my only natural response for that is to send some books, and I'm not increasingly I'm unable to do that anymore. But I have, just because I can't do it now doesn't mean that it changes the last 4 years. And these have been wonderful. This has been a constant source of pure happiness, pure good in my life. No matter what else was going on in my life that may have been bad or good or neutral, there was always BookTube. There's BookTube right there in the day that I can just count on to make me feel good, to make me laugh. And I want to thank you for that. That's no small thing, and I couldn't do it by myself. I want to thank you for these 4 years. This has been amazing. And since I can't mail out things, I still want to help. And I myself am largely already self-quarantined. I mean, my daily life is to sit on my couch or on this bed and write and read all day long. I scarcely ever go out anyway. So I imagine this is much less of a disruption. In fact, I know that it is much less of a disruption for me than it is for students among you, or parents who will suddenly have their kids at the house all the time, or maybe you're taking care of your own parents and worrying about them now, worrying that some errant infection may get them to be sick or something like that. I know that this is a stressful time, and I can't. My ordinary go-to response for stressful times would be to offer to send you books. And I can't really do that anymore. So I have another proposal in mind. I don't know how much interest there will be, but I have two things that I want to suggest. One is always reliably fun. I don't know if you're going to be in the mood for it in March of 2020, but I thought I would put it out there anyway, just in case, which is a Q&A. You always seem to enjoy that, and you seem to have an endless amount of interesting questions to ask. So if you're interested in a 4-year anniversary Q&A, then you can leave your questions on this video, and I'll just see what accumulates and what doesn't over time. And then if enough questions accumulate, we can do that. But whether you're interested in that or not, I also had another proposal, which is that we write together in the month of April. So we take the rest of March to sort of, if you're interested, sort of collect your thoughts and collect a project, and then we can talk about them and write together in March. So this is also out to you AuthorTube people. Our April, rather. April is the month of Camp NaNoWriMo. NaNoWriMo is National Novel Writing Month. This happens in November, and which has a fairly rigid structure to it. It's you're going to write 50,000 words of a manuscript of fiction in the month of November by writing 1,000 something and something, 1,667 words a day. Camp NaNoWriMo is looser than that. There is no end word goal count, first of all. And second, it doesn't have to be fiction. It can be any writing project. It's a looser, more summertime type thing. It's all virtual, just like NaNoWriMo itself. I don't imagine that even NaNoWriMo, even in November, I don't imagine that the in-person hangouts will be happening. But those are always an addition. This has always been mostly a virtual thing. And I thought if Camp NaNoWriMo is the way that you want to do this, if it's the way that's interesting to you, then we could do that. We could set up a big writing group. Or if you don't want to do NaNoWriMo at all, we could just do it ourselves. We could just do it informally and do a massive write-in together in April. Mainly for what is the strong point of NaNoWriMo, but which doesn't need NaNoWriMo, which is the sense of community. I think I would imagine that a lot of people are looking for that sense of community, especially since they're cooped up in their homes. So I thought I would put that out there as a proposal, that either we do Camp NaNoWriMo together in April, or we just write together in April anyway. So once again, I want you to just leave your comments down below. Let me know, either leave your comments or email me, and let me know whether or not you're interested in that. Then we can do the whole NaNoWriMo thing, whether we do it under the aegis of NaNoWriMo or not. We can talk about our projects, encourage each other along, all that sort of stuff. That sense of community might be more valuable now than it will be in November. So I wanted to propose it. So there you go. This is just a quick video mainly to say thank you. To note that it is an anniversary, to make a few proposals for doing stuff together, but also to thank you, mainly to thank you, because I never imagined that this would work. I never imagined how good it would feel, and it feels great, absolutely great. To have you to talk to every day feels fantastic. So I wanted to make this video and just pass along my gratitude for 4 years of wonderful stuff. So I'm gonna wrap this up for now. I hope you're all doing well, and I will be back. Thank you, BookTube.